So the Indiana Fever have announced another preseason game, lads. They have, in fact, announced that they are going to be playing against the Nigerian national team, who, by the way, way better, and I mean this, way better than the Brazil team they played last year. That being said, it depends on who Nigeria bring. There's a couple of players on that Nigeria team that are going to be in the running for making a roster. And if, just like Brazil, when you lose with no Dantas and no Cardoso, they were horrific. And to be fair, Brazil aren't great with Dantas and with Cardoso. So obviously, without the two of them, they're very poor. That being said, it's we're now in a situation where obviously preseason games, some of them matter. This is your feel-good preseason game. This is like playing the Toyota Antelopes. This is what I will call the feel-good preseason game. Like, KK, go drop 20. Caitlin, just shoot exclusively 35-footers 5 seconds into the shot clock. You're playing against the Liberty, and I don't have a clue who the other preseason game is against, but they matter to an extent. The Liberty don't really care, but like, for new players in, just getting them used to playing with each other, like, to an extent, they matter. As in, like, the result doesn't matter. It's just what transferable things can you run some of your sets? Can you run basic stuff without giving away too much? This is literally just a shoot-off. This game does not matter in any way. And these are going to be the feel-good preseason games. The annoying thing is that currently I don't know what my internet situation is going to be. So I'm in the middle of nowhere in France with no Wi-Fi. I'm in the middle of nowhere in France for my cousin's wedding with no Wi-Fi. I think I need to just get my thing right here. So calendar. I need to make 100% sure of that. But I think that I won't be live for that game. I'll be live for all the others, and I will be at another wedding for the first regular season game, but I'll be able to... the time of it's okay. That being said, when is this game? I just realized, what time is this game at? 7 p.m. Eastern time. Freaking 1 a.m. where I'm at. No chance I'll be live. But we'll still make a breakdown of it. And if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. We are trying to get to 57,800 by the end of the day. 15 more subscribers. Thank you guys for all the support on the channel recently. But I don't mind this because, again, there are a lot of situations where... Oh no, sorry, Jesus. I'm definitely not going to be live. I thought it was the day after my cousin's wedding. No, it's my cousin's wedding. I will not be live for this game. I will probably be up from midnight to 2 a.m. and I'll probably be doing a breakdown video, drunk, potentially. But yeah, I'll keep an eye on this game anyway. Yeah, there's no way I'll be live for this one. But yeah, look, I think it's an interesting one here. I do like the pretty much I do like the fact that the Fever are playing with these games. I enjoyed the Brazil game last year. The Toyota Antelopes games were interesting, I felt, last year to an extent because, again, a couple of those games the Toyota Antelopes hooped. I have to admit, the Toyota Antelopes for a couple of games actually went and hooped last year. So, yeah, it was a kind of fun one. And I don't mind a preseason game that doesn't mean anything. What you want is you want to get reps and you want to be in situations where you're playing together, and the more these teams and players play together, the better it's going to be for the Fever, because I expect relatively new teams, and apparently there's some insiders have said, oh, players are going to sign short-term deals, and then other insiders have said it's actually going to be the opposite. It's like the 2016 cap spike where no one's signing a short-term deal. Everyone knows that because of the way things are, there's a very good chance that it's the most money they're ever going to make in their career, and they can get it long-term because, again, there are going to be people that are signing these short-term deals. That it's basically going to be a case of, do you want to sign a long-term for money or do you want to sign short-term for a ring? and take leave like hundreds of thousands of dollars on the table. So I think the Fever team is going to look very not similar. Again, we'll know about Kelsey Mitchell. I do think in general, it's it's one of those things where like the like a Kelsey Mitchell, we assume she's going to be there, but in general, like if she signs a contract, she's there because of the sign and trade rules, so we know she's going to be there. That being said, like you just never know with some other players. Like we don't know if maybe Natasha Howard is like, look, there's no real situation with Howard where she's getting a lot of money elsewhere, and she'll go like, you know what, I can make 700,000 in Indy, I compete for a title, or I can make 600,000 Indy, or I can make 700,000 elsewhere. And she's like, you know what, I'll stay with Indiana, whether I'm starting, whether I come off the bench, for just over a slightly above average contract. And then, you know, okay, yeah, I'm gonna get a better contract in China next year by maybe 50,000 by playing for the Fever. And who knows, maybe it could be a thing where it's like, you know what, if I win a championship as a vet, someone will pay me next year, in that type of role. So it is a very interesting one, again, to see what players will do. And I do think these preseason games, because these rosters aren't going to look that similar. And look, it's one of those things, you want to feel a good game going into the season. You want your last game to be Caitlin Clark hitting 5 of 7 from 30 footers, or heck, Caitlin, get your misses out of the way with early. But that's what this game is going to be. It's a nothing game. It's a nothing game, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. It's another game, and they're not playing WNBA opposition. The likelihood is that any of the WNBA level players on the Nigerian team are going to be playing in the WNBA. So that is going to be one of the likely situations and likely outcomes from this situation. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Are you guys interested in this game? It's also going to be, by the way, a game where you can get good tickets to watch the Fever play in Cambridge Fieldhouse. You can watch them win by 40. It'll be a good day out, and they're probably $10 a ticket. Like on the secondary market, the day of this game, you're probably going to be buying them for $10 a ticket. It's going to be, if they even get 10,000, I'd be surprised. You are watching basically an exhibition, and there's going to be, at all times, the Fever will have the 5 best players on the floor. Like, this is not going to be a competitive game. Fever win by 40. Like Nigeria, without their WNBA players, they're a little bit better than Brazil, but they beat Brazil by 70 last year. Yeah, it'll be 30, 40 points. If they completely chill, it'll be less. Caitlin Clark is going to play limited minutes, and because she's playing limited minutes, she's going to want to put on a show. She's going to want to shoot from 30. She's going to want to do crazy stuff. So you're going to get your money's worth if you're a fan. And look, if you are a family in Indiana, with the ticket prices potentially going up this season with Caitlin Clark playing, and you want to bring a full family to go see Caitlin Clark for cheap, this might be the game to do it. So anyway, yeah, that is the video. I'll see you guys.